life shine. You gotta be working to get the woman and the wine. Keep the beat and get your hands in the air. Shuffle it beat cause it's an African affair. To Buffalo Park and our home at St. George's. We're bringing the silverware back on the gorgeous. That's the way of the warrior. That's the way of the warrior. That's the way of the warrior. That's the everyday warrior. Down, coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot.
Get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Center Stage.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino Spot. Woo! It is Tuesday at 6:30 every single Tuesday, relentlessly every single Tuesday at 6:30. We've done nearly 400 shows up until now. I don't know, it's somewhere around 300 and something. And thank you for obviously for all of your support, and not only you but also our sponsors. That is Spar, always Spar, and with our live shows now we have Fitch and Leeds as well as Sovereign and Fitch and Leeds as well. But Spa have been with us the entire way, and they've been amazing, supporting local. Isn't that nice? Because we are local. Us, that's us. You and me and the person sitting next to you, if there's someone sitting next to you. The best place to watch Gino Spot obviously is on YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook, that's fine. You can do that, but it's better on YouTube. And so subscribe to the Gino Spot channel on YouTube, and it's YouTube just /Gino Spot. And when you subscribe there, it gives you a little, and you click the bell, it gives you a reminder every time. Hello, Wendy Thompson. Nice to see you on as well. Like my six-pack. Thank you very much. It's funny that I just put half a shirt on today, just opening up my chest to let people know that I've been working out. And that's Charné has been busy. That's it. We'll chat to her as well. We've got Charne Mungur on tonight from, of course, with Soul Good and various other things. She's been doing all sorts, and we're going to find out exactly what she's been up to over the last little while. And she made the shirt for me tonight. So she's got Gino Spot in the back. Oh! So thank you for tuning in and watching, and we hope that you're going to enjoy tonight's show. We've got to get yourself a drink. Make sure that you are that you've got a little gin and tonic or something. I've got a little bit of Fitch and Leeds, of course, and a bit of punters. Thank you, KC, for the punters. Lovely. Always a bit of gin and tonic for Gino Spot. It's the traditional drink, I think, for that. We just a bit of news. We've got this coming, obviously, this season. We have a new show. Look at that. Gino Fabbri in artificial unintelligence. That is my new show coming on the 5th of January at the Westview Club. Westview Club, fantastic place along Westview Drive. And it's a new venue for us as well. It's going to be good fun. And this is my new show, all with some new characters and some new things, and then some of the old favorites as well, a bit of drums and then also it's going to be at the Links as well. We are doing over the season. We're doing at the St. Francis Links. We have two shows. The 21st is artificial unintelligence, and that's my show, my new show on the 21st, and then on the 23rd, 2 days later, we've got the Sensational Six, which is our huge 59-piece band, and we're going to be doing a show there. It's Mark Banks. Does Rebecca still have an instant photo booth at the station? I need ID pics. So Charné do them. I think Charné might just do them for you, Mark Banks. I don't know why you need ID photos. Are you in jail again? Are you going to jail again? And there we go. Thank you, Kathy Marsh. Yeah, no, I do a bit of Pilates. I think that's the whole thing. It's, I'm going to do a little program on how to keep fit as well. Just all right. So let me stop talking cuck and let's get on with the show tonight. We have Charné Mungur in the studio, so let's not bugger around anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get our studio guest into place.
Welcome to the show. Now it's your time to shine. We're gonna have a lekker chat tonight. Another good time.
My stuff on the go. Hey, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Cheers, cheers. I know you just it's not the opposite of evaporate. You solidified in our studio. You've re-evaporated in our studio. Cheers to
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Yeah, fantastic to have you in the studio. We've been speaking about having you for ages now. I know, and eventually I saw Rosie, our mutual friend from Spa, and she said, "No, Charné's going to do it," because I said after we had Darren as well, I've got to get your wife on because he's Darren's in the studio here as well today just to throw things from the peanut gallery. But we've got the Mungurs, both Mungurs in here.
Yeah, so I'm going to try not to swear on the show tonight
It's
because
okay.
I think Darren depleted us when we've done for the year or for the century.
I can't remember. It's the internet. The internet is.
I remember.
Do you? It's hard. The internet's hardened towards all that stuff. You get so much of it on the net that you don't even think about it anymore.
There you go.
It's true. I think when I was at school, at junior school at Clarendon, I was at Clarendon Park, and everything was. We just you weren't allowed to do it. When I got to high school from Clarendon, I thought everybody swears such a lot.
So I've got a quick story, if you don't mind. Last night we were sitting at home and our two boys were downstairs. They were chatting.
Yeah.
And my 8-year-old says to my 18-year-old something about a boemelakakker. Boemelakakker. So the 18-year-old goes, "Oh, don't use such bad language." He's like, "But it's not. So the 8-year-old comes to me, he says, "Mommy, what is boemelakakker?" So I said, "Boy, I don't know, but we're going to ask Google."
Yeah.
So we go Google Translate boemelakakker from Afrikaans to English, and it says that it's a boomerang. So I actually need somebody that
boemelakakker.
is really
Ek ken in Afrikaans.
to confirm
Kom ouens,
it, or-
ons soek Afrikaans. Is dit regtig 'n boemelakakker? 'n boemelakakker.
not a kakker.
O, 'n boemelakakker. Want as 'n boemelaar kak, dan is iets anders, hoor jy.
Comes into the kaka.
I like this. Have you ever tried to throw a boomerang? Good
No,
stuff.
I will injure myself.
I know I will. You got to do it like when you're on a holiday somewhere. You got 2 weeks to yourself that you can just keep on throwing and throwing, and they work.
Practice makes perfect.
They
So
do.
once you knock yourself unconscious, you just go back and you try again.
It's supposed to be for hunting kangaroos or something. I don't know. But Charné. So I've always known you through doing spa functions. I mean, and various other functions as well, including the Splash Festival.
Yes.
With Soul Good. And did you and Darren start that together?
No. So in 2013, I was contracted to run the stalls for Splash Festival, and that was the horrible year when the entire festival was basically rained out. It was a massive storm the whole weekend.
Cool. Okay.
So the Sunday, everybody kept saying to me when I'd ask, "Where do I get this? Who do I need to speak to?" They'd say to me, "Darren Mungur," and I'm like, "I don't know, Darren Mungur is." So on the Sunday, the hypnotist, Steph the hypnotist, was on stage.
Steffi.
And literally, not a word of lie, for 20 minutes the sun came out. And I was watching Steph, and I turned, and it was like a ray of sunshine was shining on Darren, and he was smiling. That smile.
And there we go.
Anyway, so I was standing next to Carmen Malchas, and I said to her, "Carmen, who is that? Who is that?" She's like, "Fuck it, you know, that's Darren Mungur. That's who you've been meaning
Why
to
did you
speak
do
to."
it?
I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then after the show, he came up to me and he said, "So we're going to have an after party," which was like 7 people at his place. He's like, "Would you like to come?" So I said, "Yes, that would be awesome." So I went with a bunch of ladies, but then he said to me, "Here's my address. Why don't you give me your number in case you get lost?"
Oh, yeah. Oh, good one. Yeah,
So I
Darren,
thought,
yes.
okay, so how's this going to help me? If you have my number and I'm lost, I need to phone you.
Yeah. The knight in shining armor.
Yeah, so the rest is history. At the time, I was working for my sister at Avenue IMC, who was a marketing communications.
What's Avenue IMC?
Marketing communications agency. And we were also doing events, etc. So,
Okay. So you had your hand in there.
So I had been in the events industry previous.
And you were doing the stalls, and he was doing the music and stuff on
Correct.
the stage.
Correct, yes.
Oh,
and
my
that's how we
soul.
met. So Hobie Beach is our favourite place.
Okay, so Soul Good was actually going before you arrived on the
Yes,
scene. You mean?
2 years? 4 years.
4 years before he started. So he was like probably the DJ guy. Come on, he just developed into
So
the.
Darren started in 2009. Darren started Soul Good with 29 rand airtime.
29 rand.
29 rand, and
Yes,
that was what he had.
Crikey.
So it's
Well, you fooled
big
them, Darren.
strides. Big strides.
Yes, exactly.
Then I came around 4 years later and turned it on its head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you also, I mean, obviously dealing with your sister as well, you'd got this other thing. So all the stores, all the food stores and that sort of thing. Was it,
Yes. It was at that point. It was about 200 stalls. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Stress.
So actually, I think we had 3 days in which to plan that one.
Yo.
So the applications had been coming in, but
No,
the
we don't.
go-ahead was only given, I think, like a few days ahead of time. So I literally had 3 days to get stalls in, approved, and yeah.
Moses. Well, it has been going since then, so obviously you guys have done a good job. And so obviously you got to know each other through this as well, and then
Yes.
things started to happen as well. I mean, so you just checked this guy in the sunlight. You thought,
It was his smile.
God, het vir my gewys.
literally. It's like, oh, there he is. And at that point, I mean, I was not interested. I wasn't looking for anything, but there he was. The sun was shining. The sun had spoken. So.
It did. Okay, and I mean, let's go back in a bit in your history as well. So we're born and bred here in PE.
Born and bred in PE,
Okay.
went to Kabika Park Primary School,
Kabika?
Western High School. I think my parents probably threw a very big party and had a huge celebration when I passed matric.
Right.
Because it was, I enjoyed high school. I really enjoyed high school.
Party woman, huh? Yes, party girls.
Well, so
So Western's a good school, though. It's a nice
loved
school,
it,
yeah.
loved it.
So you enjoy school? I mean, you were like,
No, I did.
Are you quite focused, or are you a bit all over the place?
Oh no,
I'm
so
gonna watch
all
Darren's.
over the place.
I'm gonna
I'm
watch
not
Darren's
focused at
eyes.
all.
I'm gonna
No.
watch Darren's eyes when he goes,
So I think I have a bit of undiagnosed ADHD. But
Yeah.
So no, not
yeah.
focused.
So yeah.
But I did. I really enjoyed my high school years.
Okay,
It was a good experience. I can't. I just didn't do the greatest.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
boring. I didn't enjoy.
Well, you
it.
didn't fit in that. We
No.
always say
In that
you didn't
box.
fit in the box.
Yes.
So you weren't that person that fits right in that
I was
academic.
an all-rounder.
Were you? Okay.
All-rounder.
But a sport as well.
Yes, and partying.
Okay. Yeah. But social. I mean, it's the social life, obviously the thing you'd enjoy.
Yeah, very much so.
Because a lot. I mean, it's not always the case. Like
No.
the people that don't like the social thing, they'd rather be on their own or that.
Yeah.
So and sports wise, what was your thing?
So I used to play hockey.
Okay.
I had dreams from Kabika Park Primary. I used to play netball, and I had dreams of being a netball star one day.
Yes.
But I was just too short.
Short. I wasn't going to say anything,
Then I wanted to become an air hostess, and I was
Oh.
just too short.
Oh, really? As well. I don't know. There was a height restriction
Yeah,
for
there was.
air.
Back in the day, I don't know about now, but
yeah,
back in the day, there used to be height restrictions.
Oh,
Yeah.
my soul, okay.
So, like, okay, scrap netball.
Yeah, discriminatory things.
Scrap air hostess. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the air hostess thing also, I don't know, it's like working on a ship. It's like you end up you end up never settling down because
Yeah.
you're always flying all over the place.
That's it.
The difficult thing.
Well, that was the dream.
Yeah, oh, that's flying everywhere.
Until I had a family.
Okay, of course.
Yeah.
And then so after school, after matric, past matric, scrape through whatever the story, whatever you needed to do
Scrape.
to get through. That's fine.
Yeah.
On to the next thing where you just started working.
Yeah, so what I did was I matriculated in 95, and then leading up to 97, I was working 6 part-time jobs. Yes. So I was a bank teller, I worked at the dance shop, I worked at Toucan, which was really funky, artsy clothing store. I worked everywhere. So I did window dressing, I did, I don't know, somebody tricked me into thinking that I was a security guard at one of the shops. Yeah, so very interesting stuff.
You didn't do art at school, though.
I didn't. No,
Didn't you? No.
no. Art is. I've always just doodled. And,
Yeah.
So, and then in '97, I went to America to au pair for a year, which turned into 9.
9 years.
Yeah.
She's like.
Yeah.
So you
So-
didn't mind the au pairing jobs.
Yeah.
So it's brat kids.
But then I had a brat kid of my own.
Oh, right, already.
Yeah, in America. So,
Okay.
Carolyn, she's she's living in Pennsylvania now and coming to visit
Yo.
us in a few weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks time. So
Oh,
very
no
excited.
ways.
Yes.
So how old is she now?
She's 24.
24 now.
Yeah.
She was, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So you got 3 kids all in
3, 24, 18, and 8.
all. Yo.
All
Yeah,
the
you
age
like to
groups.
space them out,
Yeah,
eh?
I know. We've got sweet. So I was
Lord,
actually
man.
figuring out earlier that at this point in my life,
Yeah.
um,
46. We're not allowed to ask how old you are.
so I've had school-going children for
Yeah.
exactly 23 years of my life, half my life.
Yeah.
I've been a school mom,
Yo.
and I have another 10 years to go. This is kind of
It's so tough. I mean, I had 12 and that was, no, I had 14 and that was really, that was a long time.
it's a long time.
You know, and you got to take to school in the mornings.
Well, now Darren takes to school, so
so
yeah,
you're right.
because I've got
Do you
to
lie in?
travel. No, I've got to travel other way.
Oh, right, you go now. You study now as well,
Yes.
which we'll get to as well.
Yeah.
So okay, so 9G was 9 years from when you and your CV must have looked like a list of jobs.
Yeah, so I did all kinds. I started off doing telemarketing in America, which is yes, it's painful. It's very, very painful. And
Sure.
so you get a list of probably 1,000 names and phone numbers every morning that you
Jeez.
need to try and get through. 90% of those
Just put the foot.
just
put
hang the
this,
phone up.
Yeah,
And
I
you
do
get
that.
paid commission on
Oh,
who actually
no.
talks to you for all of the
No.
miles. Yes. So it's quite soul destroying.
Yes.
But anyway, moving on from there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I often think about that because I mean, people phone you with these bloody things all the
Mm.
time, and I just eventually just put a thing of it. But I also think shame those poor buggers, you know.
So having been there and having done it,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Do you?
okay.
Okay.
No, thanks, Lovey. I've already
I'm
got
so
that.
sorry.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Thank you. Yeah, so it's a tough job.
Maybe it's better if you just say if you just put the phone on. At least they don't have to worry all that, and then they still
I
don't
feel
get
too
commission.
guilty. No, but this is the thing. You get paid commission on how many seconds or how many.
Oh.
What? Well, that's how it worked with me at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should ask them then when I say, "Are you getting paid per second?" Yeah. unless it's somebody like, "Hello, this is Microsoft thing," and then you know that they're just
Yeah,
trying to
yes.
trying to steal money,
Yeah.
which is like really bad. But yeah, no, that's a tough job. That's a job.
Very tough, very tough.
Okay.
And then I studied to be a makeup artist, and which I really loved. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that, and that was the first bit of like artsiness that I
Artsy
had,
things.
that I'd really professionally done.
Okay, so I'm getting that you like the art
Completely.
section as well,
Yes.
and I mean I get it. My family's my brother did arts at Tech, and my mom was lectured arts at Tech, so I know that thing, and you look for stuff all the time. That's so. What do your teacups look like at home and your mugs? Do you get ceramics and stuff?
Am I allowed to say
Yeah.
his name?
Yes,
I
please.
love the lookout cups, the lookout
Lookout?
Savannah. Don't you know look at?
I don't know them. I used to get from Mishak.
I'm going to
he
have
was
to
my man.
give you a look at Sibanda mug for Christmas.
Okay.
I love
Oh,
them.
it's Sibanda.
They're beautiful, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll have it squeeze because
We need to.
I'd love that. My mom, like my family's always had these eclectic cups. Like we never have one of the same. You know, so everybody's got their things.
All different ones.
and plates and stuff with it.
So
That's
I'm like
always
quite
different.
a fussy. My mug is my mug.
Okay.
So
Have you got quite a few of them?
I've got 6 the cup mugs. Okay, 3 of them are in the blue-green color range,
Okay, yeah.
which are my mugs.
Okay.
Those are mine.
You
Don't
like
touch
those
them.
colours?
If they're dirty, I really. And then there are 3 that are in the yellow, red, and
Okay.
you guys are welcome to use those.
Okay. Those ones are a bit shitty, yeah.
At least they're not chipped.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But it's always like a bit of a different. That's what attracts your eye, you know.
Yeah.
And,
So his work is so special. Very,
Okay.
very special.
I'm
And
saying
he's
that-
local. He's PE based.
Look
so-
out, Banda.
Yes.
Sibanda. Look out, Sibanda. Rose is online. Charné, what's your least favorite subject at school and why? She says.
Okay.
Thanks,
so,
Rose.
Another one of my live prompts.
Yes, I see that. I see Rosie's a legend. She's
Okay, so I loved all my subjects at school.
Oh.
I didn't think I was going to. I actually can I? Are we going to talk about
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I started studying full time at the beginning of this year, and my mission was to go for photography.
Okay.
And my first subject or my first module that I did was fashion.
Oh.
So we heard like a couple of weeks ahead of time that fashion was the first one for me.
Yes.
And I said to Rose, I'm going to hate fashion. I'm going to hate it. It's not me. It's not I'm not a, that's
Fabrics
just not
kind
me.
of person.
So fashion was only 1 week. By the end of that week, I was like, I love fashion. Oh my gosh, I want to do fashion. But anyway, so.
The ADD kicks in, right?
Completely. It's like, I love it.
Yeah, the best thing ever.
Yes. So the first semester I did, I'm going to try and say it properly, philosophy.
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 It's tough, that.
We learned that I'm not a philosopher.
Yeah. No, there's multiple choice questions. You just got to learn what the answers are.
It was bad. It was really, really bad. And the one day I was on the phone with Rose, and I was so emotional because I'd done so badly in a test, and I'm like, Rose, I can't do this psychology. And she's like, but my people, do you do psychology? I'm like, no, not psychology, philosophy. No,
Velocity.
not velocity. And
Speed.
it's just everything except for philosophy came out my mouth. So eventually I just said, you know what? Philosophy. Just leave it here.
Philosophy.
It's the end of the semester. I can't do anything about it now. So, So,
Okay, so it's philosophy.
philosophy. Yes.
Nice, I like it.
We'll approach that one next
You
year.
know what,
again.
Rosie's been at Spa for I don't know how long, and I know she's a good friend of yours as
Oh,
well.
yes.
And
It's my
I've known Rosie. I don't know how many. Thanks, Rose. She says she likes my six pack. Yeah, I've been working on it a bit, just a bit of backstage stuff. And so. Lifting speakers and drums. Drums. I got my drums here. You see that over there? It's just off camera, yeah. But yeah, Rosie's been there for ages and also involved in the inventing side as well.
Yes.
Also. So I suppose that's a good connection for you guys.
Very good connection. We work extremely well together, and we have a lot of fun on sites.
I know, I've been with you guys.
Yes. Well, we leave a lasting impression. You know?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we really, and the spa work is always, we really have a lot of fun with it. So
Yeah, it's good, and I know they are our sponsors, and also we're always very thankful to them as well for sticking with the local guys. You know,
Absolutely.
New Zealand local people. Yes. That's the way to do it. We have to. And I was sure I spoke to Darren when Darren was on about this as well. Is that as a community we need to support each other. We need to
Completely.
find our local guys. We don't need to go outside. We don't need to go find. There's people that can do everything.
quality people.
Yeah, quality in this town, you know. So we
But
got
you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to giving somebody a chance.
Yeah. It does,
Yeah.
It does, which is quite sometimes a risk.
It is. It could be take like a low risk job.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
give them a chance there.
Give them a go, yeah.
And, I think you quickly see somebody's work ethic and their commitment and dedication to their work and what they do. So, yeah.
And so this arty thing I'm interested in is because where does this come from? Your folks, I mean, what were they interested in? What did they do?
So my father did technical drawings.
Oh.
Yes. And I remember he used to sit and do drawings at night at his drawing board, and I'd sit and I'd just watch him like, oh, I wish I could do that. Yeah. And he'd leave his drawings up overnight and go to work the next day. Yeah. And when I got home from school in the afternoon, I'm like, yeah, I can do this too. So I'd take his drawing up, I'd roll it up, I'd put my piece of paper down, and I'm like turning. Until one day I forgot to put his drawing back up. I got busted. Because he spent hours and hours and hours on, So that was Dad. And Mom, I think she'd be very upset if I didn't say that, but used to work at Algoa Toyota. Very proudly for many, many years. Loved her job, totally. And then she worked at Birch's as well. That's my sister.
Oh, your sister?
From Taiwan.
From all the way from Taiwan.
Oh, yes, the Scallum Siggies. I was thinking about that.
Oh, yeah. Once it started to get creative with the Scallum Siggies. Is that when you two... So is she also creative?
Extremely.
Really?
Ridiculously creative,
Wow.
yes.
Because maybe it's something that your folks missed on themselves. Because, like my parents as well. And my mom certainly found it eventually. But she was always the creative one. But my dad, I'm sure, was also as well. And I don't know if they'd actually found that earlier in themselves, whether it would have been a completely different story.
My mother's very creative as well. I don't think she ever found that one thing. Because her whole family is amazing artists, musicians, everything.
Okay,
and
wow.
So she's very creative, but I don't think, as I say, that one thing ever turns out,
Okay.
Because I think that's important to find your thing.
Okay, so you're talking about fashion, you love fashion, the best thing ever. The geheims are coming out. She's all the geheims. Dis my geheim. Remember that program? Dis my geheim.
I think I might need to go.
Ek is 'n boemelkakker.
Boemelkakker.
Ek kak boemelers.
Has anybody confirmed that for us? Or
Well, we don't know. We
Okay,
don't
we'll
know.
have to check.
Well, let's say, I don't know if there's any other comments there coming through. Let's have a quick quiz. I think there's I see Kirsty Geldenhuis there. Says
Happy birthday, Kirsty Geldenhuis!
It's your birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Tight Lines Fishing. Saying hello from the two children sitting at home.
Oh, hello, my boys.
What's Tight Lines Fishing? Keith Clark. Yes, I'll ask you about Tight Lines Fishing now. Keith, thank you to Keith.
Thank you.
Lovely punters tonight. And there we go. The Van Vuren sisters only very well behaved.
Very well behaved indeed.
And tight line fishing, what's this?
So that's my son McCallum. He's a SA fisherman. He's actually leaving on Friday
Talent.
morning. Yes.
Look at that talent.
Yeah, so my father got him into light tackle boat angling, fishing for Chrome River Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so he's got his EP colours and he's got saltbar colours as well. So he leaves on Friday morning to Mpumalanga, which I think it might be considered internationals, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Wow. So it's SADC countries. Wow. So he's fishing in for South Africa then. He's fishing for the Springboks. Fantastic.
Yeah.
There you go. Talented family, you know. Oh, I love that. I mean, we had a show on with Chad Alcock, and he gave us some great tips in that. And then also with George Rodikanaki, who's also the deep sea fishing guy as well. It was great fun to have him.
All I hear is fishing.
Yeah, is it?
Rods, reels, and I'm like, bronzies. I'm like, stay away from the bronzies. It's like, no, we're going for the bronzies.
Right. No, I don't know. I mean, I've never got into fishing myself, but I mean, people are absolutely bedorned about it.
So it's actually quite therapeutic if you actually just go out there and with no expectations. And just
Well, it's a good time for Darren to spend with his sons as well,
Yes.
you know.
So we went out a couple of months ago,
Yeah.
and we were on a boat out in the bay.
Yeah.
So we're having a few beers, and the ladies are throwing the next thing. I see this thing, and I say, guys, a seal. And as I look, I see the fin and this big eye. So my friend and I are standing on the boat.
Yeah.
Like this. You're on a boat, but the shark's close by. And McAllen's throwing chum in the water, throwing the line trying to catch it. Lunatic.
Oh my god! No, you know it's like that's fishing stories. So maybe we all need a bit of those.
We
Another
should
great
do
white.
a group fishing trip sometime.
Yo.
It brings out the
Hey.
best and the worst in you.
I'll have a go. My sea legs are good,
It's like
so we can do it.
the Branamanke's one.
Yeah. But I've got to do the pondok because now the pondok you've just had the final.
Yes,
Braai
the
with the
final
pondok,
farewell
the pondoki.
of the pondoki. Now we're going to the pandoki.
Oh, the pandoki. Well, I expect an invitation now to the pandoki.
Well, you got an invitation to the
Yes.
pandoki.
I know I couldn't do it. Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah.
But because that's
Definitely.
true. You got to have a spot in your house. For
That's
that
it.
As well.
Yeah.
Got to have a bit of an entertainment vibe.
Yeah, it's so important.
Yeah.
And
Pandoki was literally built out of the broken trees out of the bush.
Is it?
proper
I
pandoki.
love it. I love it. Okay, so let's get back to your story. So I mean, now with the art thing, now you've sort of rediscovered yourself almost with this thing, and you've been drawn to this. To a fine arts, I believe. Is it now fine arts?
It is.
But you didn't start as fine arts.
It didn't start as fine arts, no.
It was photography apparently
Photography,
first. Now,
yeah.
did you start before with photography?
Yeah, so 2019, I did the beginner and advanced short courses at NMU.
2014.
No,
That's a long time.
2019.
2019. It said 2019. Okay,
I don't know who's wrong, you or me.
It could be,
2019, but I took kakabos
Yeah.
stuff, so...
I've just been speaking about 2014, so I don't know.
Okay,
2019. Okay, 2019.
Yes, I did the 2 short courses.
Okay. Just
And-
before COVID.
Yeah, and that is where I decided, this is it, I want to go study full time. This is my...
It's photography. Just like
Photography.
fashion. It's like, that's the one.
So I got in touch with somebody because I didn't know how it would work because I matriculated many years ago.
Yes.
And,
number of years back.
So I got in touch with somebody and I got through to a rather amazing woman, Roxanne, and she kind of explained to me how the process would work and blah, blah, blah. I needed to apply. So I applied and I got my first regret, but I didn't know why. So I emailed her straight away. I said, hi, remember me?
Yeah.
I got a regret. She's like, okay, so you need to reapply at this point.
Okay.
Let's have a look at it. Da, 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 da. So she kind of walked me through the process, and I was applying basically through an RPL recognition of previous
Okay.
and prior learning. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
Oh, because
it took some time. It took some time, but every couple of months I'd email and go, hi, remember me? I'm still here. I still want to do it. So it took me 4 years.
Okay. Gee whiz.
To actually get in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and it just shows, I mean, because, you know, you have failure all through, you know, and if you don't, if you really want this thing, you've got to do it. That's
You
actually
can't give up.
amazing.
You can't give up.
It's actually amazing that you did 4 years.
Yeah.
And you were getting, and because every time you do it, it's a hammer on the head.
I'd
Poof,
get like heartbroken, and I'd say to Darren,
Yeah, of
obviously
course.
this is not
I
meant to
can't
be.
do it.
And for that night, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I'm like, okay, I'm going after them again.
Oh, look
You
here,
know.
it says, Charné is my inspiration not to drop out of my degree. There we go,
Oh,
Paige.
that's my niece page.
It's the determination. It's true. If you really want to do this, it's only you that's going to get you there.
That's it.
Nobody else is going to do it
Completely.
for you. Eh?
Yeah.
So so amazing, and Roxanne, obviously, kudos to Roxanne at Varsity for assisting.
So look,
in
I'm sure it's not only Roxanne. Roxanne just was my point of
Yeah.
contact, and
Yes.
she jumped through many hoops.
Yeah.
And but I'm sure there's like a whole collective
Yeah.
of people that
help. Yeah.
ensured. So
And so, I mean, there must have been obviously there were 4 years where you were thinking like, is this actually going to happen as well?
Yeah.
Because you don't see an end to it, either.
Well, I was actually thinking I can't be 65 and go study for the first time.
There must have been a little bit of bait there somewhere to
Come
keep
on,
you.
guys, you've got to give me a break.
But I mean, there must have been a little bit of bait there somewhere. Somebody keeping you like, okay, no, I think we can do this. You know.
No, well, like I say, Roxanne she was phenomenal. And she really, you know, you sometimes hear such bad things about institutions and lack of communication,
Yeah,
etc. I cannot say that. I did not experience that once. So, yeah, it was really good.
Yo. Well, that's a great
And I'm
story. I love
eternally
that.
grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that you tried and tried and tried. This Wayne Kellis saying, how's it? Hola desde Mexico y lluvioso. Me voy buscar tacos. Ah, tacos. Pendejo. Pendejo. Asshole. Darren knows that means asshole, Wayne Kellis. Wayne was actually, there's Frankie as well. I see Frankie, sort of see Wayne and Frankie in the same sentence here because I probably met them at the same time. I think at Toby Joe's. One of the most tenacious and determined people I know. Super proud of you all and what you've accomplished. That's Frankie. Yeah, that's Frankie. Is a legend as well. And I know that Wayne was one of the guys that got me going for Gino Spot because he's the kind of guy that he comes across adversity and he's just like, let's make a plan, you know. And he got his cell phone out and he was playing guitar with his cell phone and then we tried to play together and it was a bugger up but it still gave me that hope and that thing. Okay, well let's do something. Maybe we can do something
But
on
not only that, like a deep appreciation for those people.
Yeah. And in fact that it's like there's no thinking about it. You just if you want to do something, you just do it.
You do it.
Yeah. And this is clearly the thing, and it's something obviously something that you love then. So now you photography and you've started now this is the thing you want to do, but then what made you change your mind again?
Okay, so in the first year you get to do all the modules. So I started with fashion, which I thought I was going to hate and I loved, and then photography, which I really enjoyed. So it was fashion, photography, ceramics, which was one of my favorites, printmaking, which I love. So it was a real challenge because I really, but also in the beginning of the year I decided I was going to throw myself at everything 150%.
Okay.
And I think that was the major thing for me, and I ended up really enjoying everything. I wasn't gonna say no, it's not me. So I really
dive into it
completely.
So why did you do it?
And sometimes to my detriment because I'd work like through the night and you know I have pride in what I do and what I produce.
We were just talking about the fact that in your 40s, for me it was thank you. Darren's organising my drinks and got a barman in here tonight. But certainly in your 40s you are more at home with yourself, comfortable with yourself, you know. And it's like so studying now it's probably the best plan you can make, you know, because you're going to really throw yourself at it.
That's it. So I knew that this is what I wanted to do. Was it always easy? I'd be lying if it was, because I'm wifing, mothering, business owner. So my bag.
An 8-year-old child.
That's it. So my bag is probably like half me. Okay. And I'd walk into class and the students would say, gee, Charné, you travel so heavy. And I'm like, dude, I'm a student. So I've got all my student stuff, which includes a great big lunch bag.
Okay. Like your lunch.
Then between tea time and lunchtime, I run out, I reply to emails and make my, so I've got my work stuff with me.
Yeah.
And then I also virtually carry an entire coffee station with me every day because...
You like your coffee? Oh, nice. We
function on coffee.
We as one on that. I love it. I see Rosie's just saying it's not always easy just to do it. There's so many variables. You're right. Juggling work, family, the fact that the classmates are going to call you Tanny. Classmates are calling you Tanny.
So,
the
first day I walk into orientation, I am so nervous because I don't know what to expect. I don't know where to go. I'm like, I've got my laptop bag and I'm just nervous because, you know, it's always a thing. You, on your own, entering a massive group of youngsters.
Yeah.
You know, how are they going to...
19, 20 years old.
Exactly.
20,
How are they going to react to you, basically?
Yeah.
So I walk into the quad because I learned that this is where I've got to go with my laptop. And I walk in and all these kids all of a sudden stand at attention. And they go, good morning, I'm like, oh, guys, is this where we're meant to be? They're like, huh? So it was major confusion in the beginning. They
So
thought it
we
was a
think the
lecturer.
teacher.
Yes, and they soon learned. But
Yes.
I'm very fortunate. You know, there were two very important things for me. A, I didn't want to be treated differently.
Yeah.
And B, I didn't want to change the experience for for all the youngsters. They need to, you know, so I don't mother them. I
You're
don't,
part of the experience.
that's it. That's it. So
Tannie saam met ons.
yeah, I became friendly with two lovely young ladies, Taylor and Ellen.
Okay.
And I think if it weren't for them, I might have, like, I don't know. Yeah, it was a
help
good
as
year
well.
with them, yeah.
Like, so, I mean, they are so used to this. I mean, we've, I mean, if I had to go and study now as well, I've been at school since 1988. And I haven't studied since '94. You know, it's insane. So they're used to this whole thing, and they've got the momentum still.
That's
Whereas you're starting your starter motor.
A two-stroke.
I know, trying to get it going again. And you were just saying about your memory and your thing. You know, it's to try and.
Guys, memory is like, I don't even remember if I remember.
Well, I feel the same about learning my lyrics and my words for my songs and things as well.
Try learning philosophy.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So we before we get to the getting to know you
Yes.
questions and that. So you now decided you're going into the fine art side now, and
Yes.
where you really found your love.
So-
ceramics as well. Isn't
No,
it?
no. So sculpture and printmaking.
Okay.
Sculpture just, you know, when something gives you fire inside. That's what sculpture did for
Wow,
me.
okay,
And
okay.
I really enjoyed printmaking, and you know, I do a lot of digital printing and
Okay,
so on
okay.
now. But it's always been something that I've really wanted to learn more about.
Because I suppose the whole landscape of printmaking has also changed as well. I remember because my mom she
Yes.
specialised in printmaking.
Didn't she lecture?
Yeah, she did lecture there at Tech as well, and but I remember doing all the etchings and lithographs and also making paper. She loved the paper as well, different kinds of paper. You know, she was and she'd make her own paper and do that stuff. It's beautiful when you think about it, and she loved. Even from a young age, I remember her doing writing and her thing, calligraphy kind of things, and she loved that sort of thing. Anything that was beautiful, and it takes a long time or it takes care in what you're doing. You know.
That's it. So look, photography will always be one of my things.
Part of you, yeah.
I love photography. I have my studio, and but I really think 3D for me is where it's at. I love building.
okay.
I mean, I've got lots of tools.
Yeah. Has it?
I've got
Lots of toys. There you go.
and I love, you know, and for me, it's figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
By
Like
myself.
this. And that.
Perfect size.
That's very
so
cool.
yeah, 3D is where it's at for me, and then also, you know, I see a great opportunity to incorporate the two, sculpture and printmaking together, and so on. So, yeah.
And I think art in itself is going to be so important with this whole AI thing exploding.
Yeah.
AI, for me, it's just like I think Stephen Fry came and said it's just mass plagiarism basically, and so people are going to be after the art. I think that people are going to be after that art because they want original, they want the thinking, they want that creativeness. They want to know that it's created by somebody.
So a little story about AI, etc.
Yes.
We do visual studies, which
Okay.
is essay writing and etc.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoyed as well. But in one of our first lectures, the lecturer said to us, guys, you can't use ChatGPT. We've got systems that
Yes,
pick everything
check
out.
it out.
I'm like, what is ChatGPT? What is this thing?
What is it?
You know?
Oh, okay, I don't know how to
like,
use it,
I'm
but I
not
don't know
gonna
what it
ask- I'm
is.
not going to ask any questions. And I went home and I said to my 18-year-old son, boy, what is ChatGPT? He's like, oh, Mom, let me tell you all about it.
Get into it. Yeah, jeez.
Naughty little shit.
Yeah, of course they know these things. I mean, the youngsters just take it in their stride, you know.
Yeah.
And it is going to change stuff around. But I think there's going to be thing that goes back to that art. It's
Absolutely.
got to go.
You know, art comes from within.
Yeah.
It cannot. Yes, it can be. You know, digitally produced,
Yeah.
but I don't find that. To me, it's.
What's the
like
point of that?
doing digital.
That's the whole
art.
point of it.
Yeah.
Like doing something with your own hands and your own soul
Yeah.
that you're laying out there. What's the point of just going to ChatGPT?
Exactly. So a friend of mine, Leon Hugo.
Yes,
you know
yes,
Leon. Of
yes.
course you know Leon.
Yes, the
So
photographer
he's
Leon.
constantly posting images that he's created.
I've seen some of them, yeah.
With the AI thing.
Okay.
And like, wow, is
Yeah.
this really? And he always says, "Is this the future of photography?"
Yeah, I don't know.
We shouldn't even consider that.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know, even photography, it's you see it, you and you need to create it at the end of
And
the day.
I think people are honestly going to go. They're going to find ways to
Yeah.
find out what is ChatGPT, because at the moment you can still see. You know, you can still see, even when you read an article or anything, you can sort of figure out that this is generic. See, ChatGPT is my secret. But you know, people are going to want to know that is not ChatGPT. That's not AI. That's
You know,
that's real.
even with my photographs, I don't like editing.
Yeah.
Like too many blemishes away, or too many, because at the end of the day, the person still needs to feel like they're looking at themselves.
Yeah, and it's the same for everything.
Yeah.
The same for music, the same for painting,
Yeah.
the same for photography.
Yeah.
It's all those things. All right, I'm gonna get my things ready for the getting to know you section, which we are going to pop it in. We'll see what comes out.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
All right, so let's start out with the biggest risk you've ever taken.
Okay, so my sister and I travelled
Yeah.
to Cape Town once
Yeah.
in a cadet cub.
Oh,
Yes.
did it have a wooden steering wheel?
Yeah, no, I don't think it did. However, the
Remember the
windscreen
Cubs?
wiper on my side didn't work. And it was bucketing. So we're driving the whole way. And every so often, I had to lean out of the car in the pouring rain and kind of like wipe the windscreen. But on that trip, we went bungee jumping off Howard's Bridge. And I remember it was an Australian guy.
Yeah.
And when I get nervous, I get like you don't realize what you're doing kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he made like an off-center joke with me while he was putting the towel around my legs about, oh, don't worry, we're using plush Calibri towels or something.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. And I slapped him on the video. So I was just like, "Whoosh." And he looked at me, he's like, okay, let's get done.
Okay, let's
That
get
was
done
the
then.
nerves. That was the nerves. Anyway, so as I jumped, I thought to myself, what are you doing? But I remember, and then I don't remember.
Oh, did you pause out?
But on the video, it's like, and I kept passing out on the way down. And when I got to the bottom and you kind of bounce, I'm like, oh, that's not too
that's
bad. Let's go again.
I'm like,
Silence.
every time you wake up, you're still falling. It's like a nightmare that never stops. Have you found? Oh no, Gary's got a great question here. It says, can you recall a moment that made you laugh so hard that it became a lasting memory?
So,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm going to be able to not laugh. Okay, so I've actually got two.
Yeah.
One is with my sister,
Good.
one is with Rose. Let's start with Rose because that's the most recent one. Rose and I had to travel to Graaff-Reinet
Okay.
for a hockey tournament.
Okay.
And we had to leave very early in the morning.
Well, watch out for kudus.
Yeah. So Rose and I can't even look at each other without laughing.
Yes.
Then we add, our brains just work faster than our mouths, and we have our own dictionary now already because things just don't come out straight.
Yeah.
Right, straight.
Like philosophy.
For philosophy.
Like for
Yes.
philosophy.
So I live in Kabiga Park, and we were going to stop at Seattle in Linton Grange to grab a coffee for the road.
Oh, yes.
So we left home, literally in my street. Something happened, and we started laughing. Now, this should be no more than a 5-minute drive. It took us probably close to 15 minutes to get, and I was driving. But I was laughing so hard. We were both laughing. We couldn't talk. But every time we turned and looked at each other, we'd... and we couldn't breathe. So it literally took us 15 minutes to get to Linton Grange. Let alone how long it took us to get to Groffernet.
Oh, it's nice traveling with someone like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, a lot of fun. And then the second one, quickly, my
Sister?
my sister, yes.
Is this the one that's in Shanghai?
Taiwan, yes.
Taiwan, sorry, Taiwan, yes. Yeah.
So it's
In
my,
the east.
It's my uncle's funeral, and we really adored my uncle. He used to buy us big chunks of biltong.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell the funeral story.
The funeral story. Do not tell me you're going to tell the funeral story. Do it.
So anyway, we adored this uncle. But so we go sit in the church. My sister's on my right, my dad's on my left, and my mother's next to him, and all our family around us. Yeah. And something sparked a giggle.
At the funeral.
In the funeral.
Dear.
During the funeral.
Oh, no.
During. So I start shaking, and I'm trying to keep my composure, and my sister's shaking next to me. Anyway, we couldn't, it just got worse and worse and worse. Then my cousins behind us started rubbing us on the shoulders. Like,
Because it's
Like,
okay. You don't understand.
at this point, the tears are running, and I'm trying to hold my laugh in. So my father thinks that I'm like
in
really
tears.
devastated. So he puts his arm around me. I'm like, no, Dad, please don't touch me. Oh, God. But it was such a spectacle in the church, and we couldn't stop laughing. But I think it's like a grief, like a grief.
Of course, it's an emotional thing. It's an emotional reaction.
We did. We laughed throughout the entire funeral.
That's so bad.
It's horrible.
I bet it was your sister, obviously. The Angela, it was obviously you that was causing this.
She's always been the main instigator.
Yeah.
You know?
I blame her for that.
Completely.
Yeah.
I was the innocent one.
Okay, let's have a look. Biggest learning experience you've ever had? You can say pass if you don't.
Let's pass that one.
Okay. Oh, the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you. Have you got a lucky thing?
I do, the sunshine moment.
Oh my God,
yes.
that's lucky.
So sometimes I think to
Sometimes you
myself,
think, maybe it's not.
what do you think? So what happens in our house is, Darren's naughty. He's like the 18-year-old. He's damn naughty. So when I scold him, he knows it's the smile that got me. So he starts smiling at me. And he smiles, and by the end of it, I'm laughing. So now I've learned, when I want to scull him, I want to scull him properly. I turn around.
Yes,
and
don't
I don't
look.
look at him.
Don't look at him.
So he got the
Bloody
smile
hell.
can't get to me.
Bastard. Come on. Rose, what's the voicemail?
Voicemail.
What's voicemail?
Okay, so we were at Bay West Mall, and I was going to pay for parking or something, and the guy in front of me dropped a 20 Rand note. Yeah. So I don't know what I said to him. I can't even remember what I said to him. Rosalind, I told you my memory sucks. So I spoke to him, but I wasn't. So he looks at me and he looks away. He doesn't say a word to me. So I look at Rose, and she goes, voicemail. Anyway, we're driving out. So I get to the ticket machine, and my card won't work. Eventually, it takes my card, I pay, and off we go. So we drive out, and you know where you put your ticket in?
Yeah.
So my ticket goes halfway in, and it's going... Now I'm stuck. Now nothing's happening. So it says, push the button. Oh, Rose says, push the button. So I'm like, where's the button? The button's this big in the middle. So eventually I push the button, and no, ding, 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 ding. The music plays. There's nobody there. So I'm like, Rose, we're stuck here. So I start reversing. As I start reversing, are you hello? So I'm like, okay, I go forward. I'm like, hi, how are you? Sorry. And there's nobody there. So every time I got to this thing, there was silence and nobody would talk to me. But the moment I drove away, or started reversing, somebody's like, hello, how can we help you? I'm like, Rose, I can't deal with this. So it was just a voicemail. My voice.
All right.
Yes.
All right. The worst mistake that you've ever made?
Pass. Let's
Same sunshine. The sunshine. Are you perfect holiday? Come on. You've got to know. Where would you read? If you go anywhere in the world, where's your perfect holiday? Where would you go?
So we really, really, really want to experience the snow.
Oh.
I want to like go stay in a
Alps.
glass Northern Lights. I want to see the Northern
The
Lights.
Northern Light. Okay, so you're in
Yes,
Scandinavia.
Yes.
Good
And
lordy.
then those glass igloo type things.
Yeah. Oh, the one where they made it out of ice and then you stay in there and then
I would.
in the morning you're all
Yes.
like your bed's 16.
But it has to have
inches
a
lower.
fireplace. It has to have a fire.
I don't know if you can do that in an ice house.
Do you know me?
Yeah.
We might
Make
not
a
have
plan.
house.
Make a bloody plan.
We'll have a fire.
In what ways? Okay, what ways do you sabotage yourself?
By not saying no.
Really? Are you a yes? Are you a yes lady?
I'm a yes. I'm like, oh, yes, I love you. I'll do it for you. No problem.
I'll remember that.
And then I work through the night. And
Lord.
yeah, so I put a lot of pressure on myself that way. But yeah.
So you got to learn to say no.
Yes.
Speak to Rose. She's quite good with where she decides something. She just decides it. Eh? She's like, because she quiz.
Does she say no?
Yeah, I think Rose has got
I
that.
think I
She
should go for
can do that.
lessons.
Rose, Salwood met Rose by Rose saying no.
Yeah. I see Rose says.
Say hello, babe.
Hi, Rose.
Rose is here. She says you told him he dropped his money. That's what you were talking about with him, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I was trying to tell him, hello, you dropped
He
your
dropped
money.
your money.
And
He
he's
was like, he wasn't
I
liking
should've
this.
just picked up the
20 bucks. Like, here's $20, dude. Odette Byron. Odette. Odette was studied with me as well. And lovely to hear your
Byrons.
voice. You're still making spaghetti.
So, obviously, our industry like took a complete knock during lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to think fast, think real fast. So I started baking. I'd only ever baked for our family, but I became a baker.
Yeah.
And I ended up doing the most beautiful 3D cakes and snakes and all sorts of stuff. But one of my like weekly tickers was biscotti.
Oh, brava.
Yeah,
Very
I
nice
love-
biscotti.
I love my biscotti. Well, the Byrons do as well. But then
Okay.
I started making spaghetti. Jack named it spaghetti, which was biscotti with sprinkles in. You could choose
Oh,
pink or
good.
blue or whatever the case may be.
Spaghetti.
So that was spaghetti for the keepers.
I thought it was like spaghetti, but with like I was wondering how you're going to mix spaghetti with biscotti. It's not going to be great. But Odette and I studied closer together, and we studied at varsity together.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I spent 3 or 4 years with Odette doing all sorts.
So Odette and Andrew's daughter was in pre-primary with Jack. And yeah, we did, yeah.
I love it to bits. Love you, Odette. And I cherish those times we had together at varsity. It was great.
times.
Yeah. What annoys you most about your job? With the sole good job must be.
Is that a trick question?
Yeah.
So, budgets are always a thing because clients come to you, they want
Everything.
purple.
Yeah. You're worried you're
Not
going to
our
say
clients.
something.
Our clients are awesome.
Yeah.
But other clients,
Yeah.
okay, they want a purple elephant with pink polka dots. It needs to be 7 foot tall, and they've
And the
got
budget is
500
only
rand.
500 rand. Yes.
Then I'm like,
Okay.
I struggle to say no. Remember? So it becomes a real
Okay,
issue.
so we got a problem.
Yeah,
so
so-
that coupled with the fact that you can't say no, it's also. it's a problem.
Yeah, I can't.
I get that. Okay, let's have a look. Your most prized possession, and why? What is your most prized possession? A thing.
So I can't say my camera. My camera has to be my camera.
What have you got? What have you used?
EOS R.
An EOS R. What is that?
Yes,
It's Canon.
Yes.
EOS
Love
R.
my camera.
Lekker.
I would. Darren knows.
Well, it connects you with your art in a
That's
way.
it.
Hey?
So I do a lot of, or we used to. The past year's been a little bit different because there just hasn't been time for everything.
Yeah,
but sunrise and sunset drives with the whole family. Then we go watch the sunrise. So I make it a point to enjoy the sunrise as well.
Yeah.
But then I capture and
That family time, do you make time for that stuff? Do you?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
obviously,
difficult
yes.
in an industry that we're in. I mean, for me as well, I know that you've got to actually like almost force it. You know, you've got to make it.
Sometimes you feel guilty because you think, geez, you know, I've been working for 2 weeks straight and I haven't had any time and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, we make that time with our boys, and our daughter's coming soon, so we're very excited about that.
Wow, so you got the two boys and a daughter in America.
Yes. Yeah. So, but you have to make that time. It's just, you know, first and foremost, you're a wife and you're a mother.
Yeah.
And that needs to come before anything else, really. So, yeah.
Forced into that situation, you know. But
But
it becomes
sometimes
you want to.
work, family, but you find a way. You just find a way of making it all work together.
I totally get the fact that anybody that's had kids as well, had children, your life is about yourself and about your career, and then you have children, and all of a sudden your life just, it's not about you anymore, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't mind that.
No. So this year it's been challenging. It's been a great challenge. As I said, wife, mother, business owner, 2 businesses, and studying full time.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
You must tell us about the
other
the other business as well. So you're talking about Soul Good and now this printing thing.
Yeah, so Charné Mungur Studio.
Charné Mungur Studio.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a website or anything as well?
I do, charnemungur.com.
Come on, Rosie, put the website in the comments, please.
So I really, personalizing is a huge thing for me. I like putting smiles on faces, and you know, sometimes it takes something special, something different.
Something different.
Something like a 6-pack.
I always wanted one of these things.
Put a
You know,
smile on your face.
always wanted one of these
So
ones.
this isn't. I told you I started making this today and painting it and so on.
Today, there
So
it
it's
is.
not finished because load shedding hit. So I threw a quick fluid mode.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, it's not going to be done in time. So yeah, we'll take it
Beautiful.
and finish it.
So I can finish it and I'll wear it next week. Excellent. I'll do it.
Perfect. So,
so you do-
so it's anything personalized. I do a lot of leather work. I really enjoy leather work. Yeah. I make
leather work.
custom aprons and so on.
Nice.
So
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Belts and things.
Belts, anything leather.
Do you use the
I
tools?
do. And it's a problem when I'm working through the night and the family's sleeping, and I'm like,
You gotta wet the leather. You wet the leather and hammer it. It's such
a lot of- yeah.
lovely.
Yeah.
But it's so there we go again. Using your hands, using your creativity.
Yeah, it's never. I never thought that I would enjoy leather.
Yeah.
But it's like it's that natural.
Texture and the feeling
There you go.
and then you look at it and it's this thing that you've created. It's like anything that you create yourself. You get the sense of pride. I mean.
Completely.
I feel like that with my songs. I don't understand why everybody should just love all my songs, you know.
But everybody does love all your songs.
So that creativity is clearly part of your soul, you know. There we go, Cara Jean. Cara Jean, love you, Mom. Definitely where my creativity come from.
Oh, that's my baby girl in America.
So I'm in America. I don't even know what Cara Jean. I wonder what time it is over there.
So they're 7 hours behind us now. The daylight savings.
Oh, 12 in the afternoon. You should be working, Cara Jean.
So we have Taiwan, we have America, and I don't know who else we have.
Oh man, you're a true example of breaking every proverbial ceiling to establish and realize your full potential. It's true that as a woman, have you found that you've had to work harder in certain ways to try and get through?
Absolutely. So, you know, even in the industry that we're in, there were many times where Darren had to go to meetings and I couldn't go with.
Yeah.
Because of who the meeting was with.
Okay.
And I'm a woman.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it frustrated me. And I was like, this can't be. But so
I know.
I've worked hard.
Definitely, it's like a and certainly in the corporate world, that's those ceilings are there, you know, and the ladies are bashing.
Yeah.
They're bashing through, and that's why I love to have women on the show as well, because it just shows that in our own community there are women that are going for it, you know.
That's it. You know, at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter whether you're male, female, or whatever the case may be. If you have a dream, if you have a vision and you have
Passion.
a passion, and you're willing to chase.
Yeah.
Chase.
But I love that creativity in you. I can see it, and I absolutely love that. The fact it was the old tech. Used to be the old Technicon, which was always that place where there's so much creativity happening. I mean, we've had guys on the show like Tim Hopwood and who's a sculpture, Graham Jones. I mean, just amazing people, you know.
So I have to say, it is such a beautiful environment. They provide you with everything you need. The lecturers are super cool. They're really awesome, and always there to help and assist or answer any questions or whatever the case may be. However, they give you anything you need, anything and everything to do with it what you want.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's so cool.
You can blow your mind. It's
That's great. And so I can see that you're totally immersing yourself in this. And so, I mean, you've second year now, third year. What is
Well, I'm going into second year. Yes, I just got my letter yesterday saying that I've been accepted into fine arts, which I'm very excited
fantastic.
about. Yes.
Okay, so you're into fine arts, and now you've got another couple of years, and I'm sure things might change as well as you're going along, because you find things that you really get into, and then you specialize. You know.
So it's a 3-year degree. I think Darren and I have spoken so often. I don't know if I'm going to want to stop at 3 years. I might, you know.
Carry on.
So
What's the HDE or whatever you get for teaching and whatever?
Study at
It used to be
74
called
as
that.
well. Why not?
There we go. The highlight and challenge of our first academic year, including the monkeys.
Oh my word! Can we have a monkey moment? So there are a lot of monkeys on campus. And it was doing sculpture, and adore my sculpture lecturer. She's very cool. But anyway, so you meant to go out tea time and lunchtime. However, I was just having like a mental block. And she said, you know what? If you need to just step up, step away, go for a walk, go for it. And then you can come back and focus. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go have a ciggy. So I go out and I've got an energy bar because I'm starving. And as I walk out the door, I step to walk out the door. This monkey flips. And he's dangling upside down looking at me. Looking me in the eye. I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? I can't go forward. And I'm just scared to go backward in case he lunges at me. So I think I actually ran in the air that day. I ran back to the sculpture studio. And I ran inside. She said to me, what is the matter? I'm like, the monkey. I couldn't breathe. So she said, wait, come out here. So she took me into a little courtyard. She said, there, you can. And then we started chatting. So I'm having my ciggy, her and I are talking about the year, etc. Next minute, same monkey brings his whole family. And they start surrounding us. And they're backing us into a corner.
It's like a gang.
Yes, me, I love my lecture so much. I'm like, cheers! And I made a beeline inside.
Oh man, who's your sculpture lecturer?
Isabel Note. She's brilliant. So she used to, I believe, lecture at Stellenbosch, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. So
there's also an amazing bunch of sculptors that have come out of. There used to be Phil Colby that used to be there as well in the early days, and I mean I know that Graham Jones and Charmaine Haynes with the pottery and stuff. It's like there's been a legacy of people coming out there because of those lecturers that have been there for so long and they care about it.
They're not just there to teach. They're really passionate about what they
are.
do.
Maybe that's a difference between I don't know because you certainly have to be passionate about your art if you're going to be lecturing at a place like that.
Completely. And I love the way that they hone in on your strengths.
Yeah.
They
can see.
They work with that. Although I have to say, it's like 2 weeks, every module you're gone and you move on to the next one.
Okay,
gotta
try and keep up. Okay, a couple more to go. Let's see. Plans for the future. That's a good one.
So, as I mentioned, I've got 2 more years left for studying. Obviously, business carries on.
And you're going to be doing this, the printing and corporate
clothing,
and stuff as well.
Corporate gifts and personalised and so on.
And then I see the link is in there if anybody's interested.
Wonderful.
The link is there.
Also photography. I'll never ever push photography to the side. And then, as I said, after my 3-year degree, I just pray philosophy goes okay.
I think philosophy is only first year or second year.
No, it's not.
What do you have to do? Philosophy of art or something? I don't know what it is.
Philosophy, I'll go on
Okay.
philosophy. Okay, so we're going to try that one again next year.
All right.
And after my 3 years, I honestly don't know if I'm going to want to step away. I really think that I might be in a space. I'm comfortable where I'm at. And it inspires me and so on. So I might move forward to
just do
honours
lecturing
and,
or what?
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, if you find you enjoy that environment as well, they'll take you in, you know. And like I said, at your, because of your, you're slightly older than the students.
So 8-year-old
It's
Jack.
like you're more serious about it. You know what I mean? You're more serious.
Yeah, 8-year-old Jack has such a wonderful way with words. He, I'm like, I really get along well with all my lecturers, and I think they like me. I don't know. So he turns to me, he's like, well, mother, we are taught to respect our elders. I'm like, well, what?
It's full of cuck.
Completely.
Oh my word. Okay, so let's do one or two more here. Most nervous that you've ever been? Did I ask you that one?
No, you haven't. I think probably
most
sitting here
nervous?
next to you.
You
So
reckon?
actually, I'm an incredibly shy individual. Very shy. Until I get to know you.
Yes.
So.
Well, I hope that you feel comfortable with me.
I'm so comfortable now.
Good.
And of course,
It's a
the
couple of
monitors
dogs.
helps. The monitors helped a lot. I'm that person that finishes one drink and can't feel my mouth. So I'm like, but I'm very nervous speaking in front of people. It's just that I like being behind the scenes. So I like being behind my camera and not in front of the camera. That's me.
But it's like a thing that it's like diving off a big diving board. Once you've done it once, you can do it again.
No, tried, been there.
I don't like it.
Doesn't work.
Oh, word, okay. Okay, and let's see. Your worst travel experience.
Okay, so Rose is coming in to the conversation
Again.
many times. Graaff-Net trip.
Yes.
It wasn't the laughing. We had an amazing trip. We laughed and giggled, went, photographed, and so her and I had to leave super early in the next morning. It was Monday morning, in the dark, to drive back. So I was driving. Lola, which is Rose's car.
Lola.
Lola. So we just get onto the road, and this one light is like flashing. So I'm like, Rose, there's a light flashing out. She's like, I don't know what it is. Okay, let's carry on going. Let's see. Now we're not even out of Graaff-Net yet. Next one, another light starts flashing. I'm like, Rose, isn't it
Too many lights.
like a few kilometers into the trip? It was like a Christmas tree. It was flashing. It was, and everything. And it's binging because it's telling me that the boot is open and I'm driving it. It was crazy. So the two of us, neither one of us wanted the other one to know that we were actually shitting ourselves.
Yeah.
So we were just laughing. We were making fun. When we got home, we were both so tired. We were like, oh my gosh.
That was such a
We were
trip.
stressing the whole way, but we didn't want the other one to know.
That was,
Oh, but there's also the time that my sister made me fly on an aeroplane back to England from South Africa with fresh whalebone. Yes.
Oh, what do you mean a fresh whalebone?
So a whale had beached over here. And
Oh my God.
over here.
You take it in.
So
No, not that whalebone. That's a bit big.
So somebody back in the UK calves,
calves
whalebone.
on the whalebone.
So she went and picked up some of the whalebone, brought it home, boiled it for like overnight. We had to sleep with all windows and doors and everything.
Because it
open
stinks.
stank so bad.
Yeah, it stinks.
So we wrapped it in spar bags and spar bags. And she took it on the airplane with her. I was convinced I was getting arrested. I was like, those.
Oh, what's all this then? Oh, whale bones? I don't
Exactly.
believe you.
I'm
Oh,
like,
no. No, but you don't understand. It's because he's gonna carve in it. Oh no, ma'am. I'm sorry, you're not allowed this in here.
It's like you can't even take biltong. Now we're taking a half a whale. Fresh whale.
What was wrong? What was wrong with just a question coming there? What was wrong with the car in the all the lights? I still don't know. Rose, what was the problem with your car?
I think menopause. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, it was special.
Oh,
but she drove perfectly the whole way. But we were both so nervous the entire way. So
okay, so final questions. Yeah, I just see Barbara saying that my mom was her daughter's teacher at Fond Memories. Yeah, she lectured there for quite a while.
Aww.
And I see what Rose has to say here. There's got also a message here. You have different appreciation for studying now that you're more mature. Do you think that you're doing it with a different attitude?
You know,
now that
I
you're
think
older.
I'm incredibly blessed that I know what hard work is.
Yeah.
And I'm not a perfectionist, but I really like to deliver the best I possibly can in everything.
Yeah.
So
You're people pleaser.
I really, not only that, for me, I never want to deliver a half-assed anything.
Yeah.
So I really throw myself completely at every project that I do.
Yeah.
And I think being open-minded and giving every module my best, because there were students that went for, let's say, fashion.
Yeah.
And then they maybe didn't do so well in fashion.
Yeah.
But they didn't focus on the other subjects.
Okay.
So then they couldn't choose those subjects because they didn't do so well in those. So,
everything.
So that was my strategy from the beginning. Just throw yourself, enjoy it, enjoy the experience.
You have to.
And
Yeah.
So I think
So different attitude.
work ethic is a big thing.
And what do you think the right age is to study? So you got kids now as well
I
that
do.
are obviously going into that zone. Do you
Yeah.
think it's better for them to wait, or what?
What's limiting you? What's if you studied at 20, why shouldn't you go back and study at 40, whatever the case may be? I don't think we should put it like an age or anything on it.
Yeah.
Me, they're very successful people that studied out of school and got their degrees, etc.
What would you say, like to your kids though, like Mom, I don't know what I want to do, because that's so commonplace.
Okay, so this is where the
first year cum laude. There we go. Hey?
it's pronounced differently. Moving on.
Cum laude.
So what was the saying?
For like advice that you're going to give to your kids now, so going to study. Do you think that if they don't know what they want to do you think they should study something anyway, or do you think they should just?
So we, with our daughter Carolyn, we used to say to her, "Go study," and she'd say why, and we'd say because it's the right thing to do. And she's like, "But where's your degree?"
Yeah. Right.
And I'd be like, touche.
So right.
Okay, so I thought at 46 years old I should go study, so that maybe Jack and McCallum can't throw that same thing back in my face. But
it's amazing how these kids throw it.
Carolyn, I admire my daughter so much. She's so non-conventional, and she's a tattoo artist. And she's followed her dreams. So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a high pressure job.
It is.
But I love it. I like it's like you say, when the kids throw it back at you. I get like, that guy, and he's flipping. He can't make music, man. He's rubbish. And I get this. Oh, where do you park your Bugatti? I'm like, shut up. Oh, Charné, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in and spending a bit of time.
We'll finish your shirts.
We'll do it. This will be my normal Gino spot wear that I'll pop in, and I'll just pop a jacket over it every now and again or whatever. But I'm gonna have my sign on my back as well. So we can go running in this as well too. I can do some sport. All right, we've got a competition as well. I don't know if Gary's got it ready as well. We got a Fitch and Leeds give away a case of Fitch and Leeds every single time we do our show, and they post it to you no matter where you are in the country. So we're gonna share the screen with you, and we're gonna pull the lever on the on it. Even getting it, Gary. I don't know if it's coming through. It's all new today. changed its way. There we go. All right, we're going to share that screen. Let's see. Okay, there we go. There we go. Put in the lever. Let me put in the lever and see who's going to win. Who's going to get our Fitchin leads today? It's going to be...
No, it's rigged.
It's rigged. The Miss Universe pageant. You can take it. It's in studio. It's in the studio as well. Oh, fantastic. Well, we'll give it to you as you walk out the doors. No problem. It's easy. It makes it easy for us. But thank you so much for coming in, Charné.
Thank you for having me.
Been fantastic.
It's been so much fun.
And to all of you online, thank you for joining us. And well, make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Thank you to Spa, who are our sponsors. And they've been incredibly supportive over these last couple of years, and long may it last. We've got also Fitch and Leeds and Sovereign are jumping on with our live shows too, which has been fantastic. And Amobi has been great with our internet. Gino Fabbri in Artificial Unintelligence is coming soon to your town. In fact, we're going to do on the 5th of January, we're on the first show in PE, so it's in the new year, just in the new year, and then we're going to do a tour of the town. So we're going to like we did the last time. It was fun. We go to you. So if you don't want to come to, we'll go to your house.
Sounds like so much fun.
Charné also has another name, do you?
I do.
What is it?
Jess.
Jess.
And
Jess?
Roseanne is Alex.
Oh,
Well, we went to
it's just a
Tapas
name.
one night to go watch the rugby, and they were pretty full. And you know, when you say you're going somewhere to watch the rugby, like, people join and join and join. So we got there and there wasn't enough space. So Rose and I are walking around, and right next to our table, there was a two-seater booked for Jess.
Jess?
And right next to that, would you believe, there was another one booked for Alex. So at the same time, Rose and I looked at each other, and I went, Alex. So,
I love it.
Chronicles of Alex and Jess.
Alex and Jess, we love it. We love it, Rose. Thank you, and thank you very much. We'll see you next week on Gino Spot. We have a surprise guest for you next week. We're going to be getting. I'm in negotiations, and it's going to be great fun. Cheers. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you come to see the shows. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to sit
Cheers to
down, coming out to PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your mental. Have a Gino shot.